Hey Gemini, how are you? My name is Danielle. Welcome to Moonlight Intuition. This is going to be a general reading for you. This is Buster. I'm a professional pet sitter as well. I do many things, but if this reading resonates with you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Ooh. And I post weekly readings for all 12 signs, so you probably want to check that out. Keep up with that. And if you like a personal reading, the info for that is in the description box below. Ooh, well, hell. Okay, this is like a pretty next level reading. Gemmies, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Tower, and we have the Death card reversed. Okay, so some of you are definitely going through big changes. And I feel like, okay, look. These are like intense cards. I feel like I need to preface. If you're like, like watching this and you're like, these are kind of the more frightening cards in tarot, but they're not frightening, okay? These are just kind of like archetypes for experiences we have as humans, okay? So the Tower and the Death card. Now the Death card is Scorpio energy. We have Cancer energy too. So there's a lot of water energy. So if some of you are dealing specifically with a water sign, specifically Cancer or Scorpio, but again, this is a general reading that won't resonate with everybody, but there's something here about like, I feel like you're finally tending, like there's something about the Queen of Cups. I mean, this gal, whether male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter, the Queen of Cups is someone who really takes their emotions and really like processes them, really understands them, really sits with them. It's a very receptive energy and often uses that energy kind of for good instead of just kind of running away from it, letting it wear you down, making you kind of just flighty and aloof and, you know, making you kind of run around all over the place. Because really it's like if you think emotions are ruled by the moon. And the moon in Latin is la luna, and when we ignore our emotions, it kind of turns us into a lunatic, right? So I think some of you have really been doing a lot of soul searching lately, which is really beautiful. I really love this card. I mean, I'm a Cancer. This is like my card. I'm always like, I'm the Queen of Cups, but also like, regardless of that, of course, I'm biased, but my bias aside, this is a really beautiful, calm card. It's like, you know, her feet, it's like in these river stones, the water's there. There's like sitting in her throne from a place of calmness, not like domineering. So all to say, as frightening as these cards are, I feel like any change that's coming your way, A, might even just be from your inner world, right? But B, even if you are about to make big changes, I think it's actually gonna come from a place of calm and clarity, right? Because usually, like if any of us are like, think of any situation or, you know, that you've been in your life that it's been like, oh my God, like a job, a relationship, whatever, all the main things we go through in life. Let's say jobs and relationships. We've all been in some of those that we weren't happy, weren't satisfied, weren't fulfilled, maybe hated, and we never thought we'd leave, right? So think of your past. Just take stock of your past right now. And then you know that like one day, whether let's say it was a job, one day you were packing up your boxes and you were leaving, right? Or if it's a relationship, you know that one day you were like, oh, it's done. Today it's done. I mean, I've been through that. And usually when clarity comes about a big change, it's usually very calm. You know what I mean? It's like, really, it's like our inner turmoil. That's the worst part. It's like the waiting for the change or the uncertainty about the change. That's the scary part. And usually when things come crashing down, it's kind of like, or when we're ready to make a change or blah, 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 it usually is because of our inner world has changed. And it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And I do feel for some of you, it's like this change is more internal, okay? That you're getting in touch with your emotions more than you have in the past. And you're just getting to know yourself on a more intimate level than you ever have before. And I say this in every Gemini reading. I don't know why. It's like you guys, gals are just like the underdog of astrology. And you are kind of, yeah, going to show up in a more heart-led way, I feel. So I feel like it's more that. So I feel like this Tower Also too, this is just kind of being brought back down to earth about something. If there's something that you have been really tripped up about, the Tower can just mean being like, right, okay, I see the bigger picture again, right? It can just be like coming back to reality about something. So if you've been very obsessed with something, right? If you've been obsessed with like a particular problem, it can just be even that, like being brought down to reality from a more calm and loving place and being like, okay, yeah, seeing the bigger picture, and then kind of being like, right, like, let me like actually tend with myself and see, like, I've been so fixated on this that it's been like, I've been like ignoring the bigger picture of what actually needs to change, right? So for some of you, yeah, there might be big changes coming. I don't think it's like, you know, I'm not going to scare you and be like, ooh, like, I'm not like that. Like some of these tarot channels like to do that, the drama. But to me, the Tower is more usually like about your inner world. And but with that, that does change your outer world. But I think you're all about, I think you're not maybe quite there yet. That, because the Death card, I mean, again, death, it doesn't mean literal death. The Death card does mean it's like an agent for change. And that's, again, this is Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. It's like rising from a phoenix, rising from the ashes. And, you know, as much as sometimes people want to be like, oh, the Death card, it just means change. But I also want to say with compassion, change is scary. It is scary. Even changes that are good for us are scary because we get into the familiar, but we get into situations and with people and jobs and even old ways of being, even old resentments. Letting go of like being right can be scary, right? So I'm not going to go and say like, oh my God, just get over it. It's just a change. So whatever it is that you're faced with, I send you a lot of love and compassion, and I understand that it's like, yeah, change is, it is scary. But the thing with the Death card is like, you're heading here. It's like truly just beyond that. This is kind of the pillars of the moon in tarot, and it's like kind of returning to yourself, to your intuition, to your inner guidance, and there's like sunshine ahead, right? So like any change, it's like anything else. It's like we have to, we can't bypass any steps, right? So whatever energy you may be going through, even if it's something like, I want to quit drinking, like something, right? A habit, it takes time. So whatever change it is that you are going through, give yourself compassion, patience, humility, love. And it's okay if you like fall off the wagon. And with that, like even, I mean, like if you're leaving a relationship, you know, it's not good for you, and you run back to your ex and you come, it's like, all these things are normal. Okay. So whatever change it is that you know you need to do, you're just a human. We're all human. No one's like, I did it. I'm like cold turkey on this, cold turkey on that, or whatever it may be. And even if it's like, I'm forgiving a person. And then one day you wake up at night, like plotting their revenge, and you come back, you're like, okay, wait, no. It's like, this is all okay. But I do think you are all going through big changes, and maybe some of you are excited, but I think it's like coming from a place of calm. I think Geminis, you guys are usually like, whew, whew, but I think you've been more quiet, inward, private a little bit the last while, and you're kind of stepping into a Queen of Cups, and maybe this is kind of where you're headed. Okay, my phone ran out of space and this car alarm was going off like crazy, so I'll just wrap it up quickly. But what I was going to say is like, perhaps you are on your path to being the Queen of Cups yourself. It's like this clarity that's coming, and the changes that you're going to do. It's like you might be the one who steps into life moving forward from a heart-led place and just kind of inspiring others just by being, right? By taking like emotional energy, maybe for the first time ever in your life, and really using that for like creativity, innovation, love, nurture, and just like Gemini, I think it's like you're just going to lead by example. You're just going to lead by existing, I think. So I wish you all the best. You are on the right path. Don't be frightened by these cards. I think you're all, I mean, change is good. Change is scary, but change is good. You're on the right path. I love you so much, Gemini. You're here to be the messenger, and please help us light the way forward. Bye.